Welcome to the second session of e-commerce. Today I'll be discussing about the different types of e-commerce, that is business to consumer, business to government, consumer to consumer, and m-commerce, which is also known as mobile commerce. In this slide you can see a diagrammatic representation of B2B and B2C e-commerce. The first is raw material, then how this raw material is being utilized in the manufacturing, then the next is wholesaler, retailer, and the ultimate is the consumer. In between you can see transportation and logistics, which helps in the movement of raw material from the source to the manufacturing unit. Again, in between manufacturing unit to wholesaler, again there is transportation and logistic involved, and so on. So here the B2B e-commerce is like business to business, like raw material when it is being transferred to the manufacturing unit, and B2C is when the goods are being ready for sale in the market, like from the retailer to the consumer. Next, I move on to what is B2B e-commerce. B2B e-commerce is simply defined as commerce between companies. About 80% of e-commerce is of this type. For example, Intel selling microprocessor to Dell. So both are computer companies. So one company is selling its products to the other company. Heinz selling ketchup to McDonald's, again from one company to another company. So these are two examples of B2B e-commerce. Next is B2C e-commerce, business to consumer e-commerce or commerce between companies and consumers. Involves customers gathering information, purchasing physical goods or receiving products over an electronic network. For example, when I purchase laptop from Dell or any other company, so it is a business to consumer e-commerce. Next, I move on to what is business to government e-commerce. It is generally defined as commerce between companies and the public sector. It refers to the use of internet for public procurement, licensing procedures, and other government related operations. For example, when the business organization is paying tax to the government, filing reports, or selling various goods and services to government agencies. Next is what is consumer to consumer e-commerce. It is simply commerce between private individuals or consumers. For example, Mary buying an iPod from Tom, like one consumer buying any product from another consumer on any shopping site, that is eBay and all. Me selling a car to my neighbor, I am selling my car to my neighbor, that is consumer to consumer dealing is there. So it comes under C2C e-commerce. What is m-commerce? M-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services through wireless technology, handheld devices such as cellular telephones. For example, mobile ticketing, information services, and mobile banking, which is much more prevalent in today's modern economy. Few examples based on application. Number one, education, that is disseminating information, distance learning. Security through the distribution of information and making payments. Taxes, filing tax returns and payments. And health, appointments, information about illness, payment of health services. So these are few applicative examples of e-commerce. Now to conclude, e-commerce is not just about conducting business transactions via internet. Its impact will be far-reaching and more prominent than we know currently. The new age of global e-commerce is creating entirely new economy, and that will tremendously change our lives, will reshape the competition in various industries and after the economy globally. As companies are gaining high profits, more and more other companies are developing their websites to increase their profits. E-commerce imposes itself on the companies, projects and institutions and becomes significantly contribute to the economies of the country. E-commerce aims to achieve many advantages for companies, traders and business owners or consumers. The modern world mostly depends and is inevitable on e-commerce. That is, the modern world today is completely, I will not say mostly, but completely depends on e-commerce. E-commerce processes in vogue. It is expected that these disadvantages will fade away soon. E-commerce has now become a key component of many organizations in the daily running of their business. As the internet and e-commerce has developed, it continues to evolve and grow. It is vital that any organization or industry must have strategic planning around this growing medium. You all have understood about the different types of e-commerce.